The art of ruling has been a subject of intense debate and study for centuries, with many political thinkers offering differing views on what constitutes a legitimate ruler. One of the most iconic voices in this discourse is Niccolò Machiavelli, a Renaissance philosopher, diplomat, and political theorist. Often painted as the epitome of ruthless political calculation, Machiavelli's name has become synonymous with the idea that the ends justify the means. However, his works, The Prince and The Discourses, contain complex and nuanced ideas about the nature of political legitimacy, the role of the ruler, and the relationship between the ruler and the people. In the realm of political theory, legitimacy, the idea that a ruler's authority is rightfully recognized by the people, is a critical issue. Is legitimacy derived from the ruler's power, military strength, or moral virtue? Or does the consent of the people play a more significant role? For Machiavelli, these questions were not theoretical, but grounded in the practical realities of power. His views on legitimacy reveal a fascinating dynamic between the ruler's personal authority and the broader political community's expectations. Machiavelli's dual works present contrasting views on how rulers should maintain legitimacy, the balance between force and virtue, and the role the people play in the political order. What do these concepts reveal about Machiavelli's understanding of the relationship between rulers and the ruled? In this essay, we will dive deep into Machiavelli's ideas about legitimacy, examining how they illuminate his views on the tension between the ruler's power and the people's will. Before we dive into the intricacies of Machiavelli's political thought, I'd like to welcome you to the unfolding journey. This channel is dedicated to exploring the depths of history, philosophy, and political theory, offering you insights into the minds of great thinkers and the legacies they left behind. If you're passionate about discovering new ideas and gaining a deeper understanding of the world around us, be sure to subscribe and join us on this enlightening journey. Let's now explore the fascinating world of Machiavelli's political legitimacy. Niccolò Machiavelli's The Prince is perhaps his most famous and controversial work. Written in 1513, The Prince serves as a manual for rulers on how to acquire and maintain political power. In this work, Machiavelli addresses the practical realities of ruling, offering advice on everything from military strategy to the manipulation of public perception. His ideas about legitimacy in The Prince are largely focused on the ruler's ability to maintain power through whatever means necessary, even if those means are harsh, deceitful, or manipulative. For Machiavelli, political legitimacy is not primarily about moral virtue or divine sanction. It is about the ruler's ability to establish and maintain control. A ruler who is effective at securing his rule through military force, cunning, or strategic alliances is considered legitimate, regardless of how he came to power. This pragmatic approach to legitimacy is a departure from earlier political thinkers like Plato and Aristotle, who emphasized the importance of virtue and moral character in rulers. In The Prince, Machiavelli acknowledges that a ruler must be capable of wielding power with both strength and wisdom. He famously writes that a prince should aim to be both a lion and a fox, able to be fearsome when necessary and cunning when required. The lion represents brute strength and military prowess, while the fox symbolizes shrewdness and the ability to deceive or manipulate others. For Machiavelli, a ruler's legitimacy is contingent on his ability to navigate the complexities of power, sometimes using ruthless methods to ensure his position. One of the key points Machiavelli makes in The Prince is that rulers must be willing to do whatever is necessary to maintain their position, even if it means betraying allies or breaking promises. He argues that rulers who try to uphold moral ideals may be doomed to fail because they are not acting in accordance with the brutal realities of political life. In fact, Machiavelli suggests that a ruler who is too virtuous may be seen as weak and vulnerable, leading to his downfall. Furthermore, Machiavelli is skeptical about the role of the people in determining the legitimacy of a ruler. While he acknowledges that public support can be useful, he emphasizes that the people are often fickle and can be swayed by emotions, not reason. The ruler's legitimacy, therefore, should not be based solely on the will of the people, but rather on his ability to control the political environment through force, manipulation, and strategic alliances. While The Prince focuses on the tactics of a single ruler, The Discourses offers a broader analysis of Republican government, where power is shared between rulers and the people. In The Discourses, Machiavelli explores the idea of political legitimacy from a different perspective, emphasizing the role of the people in maintaining political order. This work is more concerned with the health and stability of republics, such as ancient Rome, and the balance between the authority of the ruler and the will of the people. In contrast to the top-down approach to legitimacy seen in The Prince, The Discourses suggests that legitimacy in republican systems depends on the active participation and support of the people. Machiavelli argues that for a republic to function properly, the people must be invested in the political system and have a sense of shared responsibility for maintaining order. This, he believes, is what makes a republic more stable than a monarchy or dictatorship, where power is concentrated in the hands of one ruler. However, Machiavelli's view of the people in The Discourses is not idealistic. He does not believe that the people are inherently virtuous or wise. Instead, he views them as capable of both wisdom and folly, and he recognizes that their passions can sometimes lead them to make irrational or destructive decisions. Nevertheless, he argues that the people, when properly guided, can be a powerful force for maintaining political legitimacy. Machiavelli's concept of legitimacy in The Discourses is tied to the notion of civic virtue. He believes that in a republic, the people must be engaged in public affairs, and they must be committed to the common good rather than pursuing selfish interests. The legitimacy of the rulers in a republic, therefore, depends on their ability to maintain the support of the people through their virtuous conduct and their adherence to the common good. This requires not only the skillful management of public opinion, but also the promotion of laws and policies that serve the welfare of all citizens. One of the central themes in The Discourses is the idea that a balance must be struck between the authority of the rulers and the will of the people. Machiavelli suggests that the power of the rulers should be checked by the participation of the people, particularly through institutions such as the Senate and the assemblies. These institutions provide a mechanism through which the people can voice their concerns and hold the rulers accountable, ensuring that political legitimacy is not solely the domain of the ruler, but is shared with the populace. Machiavelli's views on legitimacy in both The Prince and The Discourses reflect a complex understanding of the relationship between the ruler and the people. In The Prince, the ruler's legitimacy is primarily derived from his ability to maintain power, often through manipulation, force, and strategic alliances. The people are seen as a secondary concern, valuable as a source of support, but ultimately unreliable and fickle. In The Discourses, however, Machiavelli adopts a more nuanced view. Here, legitimacy is not solely in the hands of the ruler, but is shared between the ruler and the people. For a republic to thrive, the people must be engaged in the political process and committed to the common good. However, even in this context, Machiavelli recognizes the dangers of populism and the instability that can arise when the passions of the people are left unchecked. This dual approach suggests that Machiavelli saw the relationship between rulers and the people as inherently dynamic and fluid. In monarchies, legitimacy is primarily the domain of the ruler, while in republics, legitimacy is a more complex balance between the ruler's authority and the people's support. Machiavelli was acutely aware of the delicate balance between force and virtue, power and morality, and the ever-shifting nature of political legitimacy. Machiavelli's concept of legitimacy is grounded in the harsh realities of political life. In The Prince, legitimacy is defined by the ruler's ability to maintain power, even at the cost of virtue or popular approval. In The Discourses, legitimacy is more balanced, with the people playing an active role in ensuring the stability of the political order. Together, these works reveal Machiavelli's pragmatic approach to political theory, one that recognizes the importance of both the ruler's authority and the will of the people. Machiavelli's thoughts on legitimacy remain relevant today as we continue to grapple with the complexities of power, governance, and the role of the people in maintaining political order. His work offers a reminder that legitimacy is not a static concept, but a dynamic and evolving relationship between the ruler and the ruled. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Machiavelli's ideas on political legitimacy, make sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey channel. We explore more fascinating topics on philosophy, political theory, history, and much more. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on our latest content. Join us as we continue our journey through the great minds of history.